Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Pokebrarian channel. In this episode we're going to be playing Pokemon Prism, which is a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal created by Rainbow Devs, and we are going to play this as a Nuzlocke. So part of the point of this channel, part of what I'm going for here, is that this is an introductory channel for people who are new to Pokemon and new to Pokemon streaming and Let's Plays. So what we're going to talk about first real fast is the Nuzlocke rules. If you're not familiar with a Nuzlocke, it has three basic rules. The first one is that you must only catch the first Pokemon on any route or cave or body of water or town that you go into. So you can't catch every Pokemon like you would in a normal Pokemon game. You may only catch the first one. If that Pokemon is killed when you fight it, then you're out. You don't get to catch another Pokemon on that route. The second basic rule of Nuzlocke is that you must nickname every Pokemon that you catch, and that's going to be important later. The reason that we have to nickname Pokemon is that we need to be emotionally attached to them. They need to feel like family to us, right? So that leads into the third rule. The third rule is that if a Pokemon in your Pokemon party faints in battle, which is fairly common in a normal game of Pokemon, if a Pokemon in your party faints in battle, then they are considered dead, and you have to either put them in a special box on your Pokemon PC, or you have to release them, and you can no longer use them in your party for the rest of the game. So this is some real limiting factors in how you may play Pokemon, and it makes the game more interesting. Now, there's a couple other rules that I've put in the description of this video for what I'm specifically doing with this Nuzlocke that might be of interest if you know the Nuzlocke rules a little bit more. But for now, we're going to jump right in with a new game. We're going to set the year and date. So, it is June 5th. We're going to set the time. It is 7:38 p.m. as of the time of this recording. Tuesday, June 5th, 2018, 7:38 p.m. That's correct. Alright, greetings! Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Well, that doesn't matter. Anyway, this world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokemon. People in Pokemon live and support each other. Some people play with Pokemon, some people study them. Others even battle their Pokemon and strive to be champions. This is Red. Hailing from Pallet Town in the Kanto region, he successfully became the region's Pokemon champ, while also taking down the corrupt Team Rocket. Meet Gold. Also a young trainer, he left home from Newbark in Johto, and worked his way to the top, challenging many tough and troublesome foes along the way. But you too, are destined for greatness. Why not tell me a little about yourself? Alright, so we get to pick our character model, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to pick, let's see. I'm going to pick this guy, and we're going to give him fairly pale skin to reflect reality on my end. And we get to pick a color for him. So let's go with this Cadet Blue, which kind of matches our background on the video. So is this the look you want? Sure. So here's our guy. Finally, could you please tell me your name? Alright, we'll do a new name. Let's do PK BR ARY. Pokebrarian. Sort of like Pokebrarian. Alright. Pokebrary, are you ready? Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. You'll face fun times and tough challenges. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. I'm sure I'll see you later. Alright. So, we start off this game with our mom. Now, just a little bit about Pokemon Prism. This is actually the sequel to a different ROM hack. I think it's called Pokemon Brown. That has caught on really big on kind of the Pokemon internet community. It is a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal, and we're going to start off here sort of unusually for your typical Pokemon game, as you're going to see. So we're camping with our mom. It's so beautiful here, isn't it? I'm glad we could have a relaxing time together. I'm sorry you had to deal with your father moving on. No child wants to go through that. Pokebrary, your father has always been a great man, and, while he's had many fans, you're still his biggest. I know you want to follow in his footsteps, but promise me, no matter where you go in life, never forget about your dear mother. Thanks for coming with me, Pokebrary. So, your dad is a fairly important person in the Pokemon franchise, who we will mention later. It's so beautiful here, isn't it? I've missed just escaping into the wilderness. Thanks for coming with me. So here we are, we're in our little campsite. We can run right away in this game, which is unheard of in the old Game Boy Pokemon games. But here we can't. Oh! And we try to leave and she stops us. Pokebrary! Oh, heading out for a walk? Could you try to get some firewood for us? The fire will need some to keep us nice and warm tonight. And Pokebrary, just be safe. So before we get too far in here, we can't access our menu yet. Oh, so we try to go through here to find some firewood, and there's been a rock slide, and we're trapped and we can't get back to our mom. Oh no, how terrible. Whatever shall we do? Well, we're going to jump over here, and look at this. It's a cave. Let's go in the cave and see what we can find. So in this cave, we have this guy down here. Hey kid, are you lost? Your campsite is up north. The path was blocked by a landslide? Well, you're in luck. This cart will take you right back there, which is totally not true, as you will see. And the cart lands in this region, which is called the Aqua Mines, and we will revisit the Aqua Mines a little bit later. But in the Aqua Mines, we find a Larvitar. This Larvitar is blocking you. It looks lonely. Maybe it wants to tag along. Want to bring it along with you? Well, sure we do. This is our starter. Odd, the Larvitar is holding a Pokeball. Pokebrary put Larvitar into the Pokeball. Okay, so now we have Larvitar. And we are going to give a nickname to this Larvitar because we have to. Nuzlocke rules. Larvitar. Let's call him Chomper. Because, boy, when he grows up, he is going to be a Chomper. Alright, so we've got Chomper the Larvitar. And he is our first Pokemon. And sure enough, as soon as we catch a Pokemon, we're going to get into a Pokemon battle. So this is a Shinx. It's an electric-type Pokemon, which we are real good against, because for those who don't know, Chomper here, the Larvitar, is a rock-ground-type Pokemon. Excuse me. So none of Shinx's electric attacks are going to work on us. We're just doing a lot of scratching here because that's really the only move that Chomper knows at this level. Here's another Shinx. So that's pretty much what this cave is going to be, is fighting some really underleveled, tiny little Pokemon, just to give our Larvitar a chance to gain a couple levels before we go out into the real world. Now, I have no Pokeballs, so this means that the Nuzlocke has not actually started yet. if Chomper is injured, I can get him back. I don't have to end the game as you would if you ran out of Pokemon in a normal Nuzlocke. However, once I get Pokeballs, all bets are off and we're doing the real thing. Okay, so here is another Larvitar. Another Larvitar, and it panics when it sees us and runs and falls down that hole. Alright, so this boulder is too heavy to move. We're going to follow. But we can't go down the hole ourselves, and it asks if we want to send Chomper, so we're going to do that. So here goes Chomper. Now he's alone. Chomper can eat rocks, apparently. So we're going to do that. I'm going to eat some rocks. And here's the other Larvitar. Oh, hello! I'm sorry I ran away just now. I'm really shy. If you keep your trainer away, I'll give you a gift as thanks. And we get a soft sand, which makes ground moves better for the Pokemon that holds that soft sand. So that's going to be really useful in a little bit, once we can actually equip it on Chomper. Another very simple Pokemon fight here. We're just going to scratch. It's going to tackle us a couple times, which isn't going to do anything. Alright, here's Shinx again. Yeah. There he goes. As you can see, Chomper doesn't move very fast on his own. And he's also getting increasingly more hurt, but we are going to be done very shortly. We push the button, something moves. The thing that moves is the big boulder that we couldn't get past before. So we're going to walk right back up here. And we're going to climb back through the hole and return to our trainer. And now the big rock moved. So now we can fall down here. And there's a guy down here. What ho and what ho! A fellow traveler, would you like me to share one of my treasures? It's a berry, an oran berry to be specific. Pokemon love to eat these things. Alright, so we got an oran berry, which we put in the item pocket of our backpack. Attaching berries to your Pokemon can help you during a battle. Using one won't even waste a turn. Okay, so now we can get into our menu, and we're going to do some options set up here. We're going to change our battle style to set and our sound to stereo. We're going to swap out our text frame for something a little bit more interesting. Let's go with that guy. I kind of like that. And change our units to Imperial because I'm an American. Now, in our pack, we have a potion, which we're going to use on Chomper right now. Get him healed back up. And then we are going to take a look at him. So we can see here's Chomper. He's holding that soft sand he was given by that other Larvitar. He knows Scratch and Leer. And he has decent low-level stats. So there we go. Chomper. Chomper it is. And now we are in Caper City, which is the first town in this game. First thing we're going to do right away is go to the Pokemon Center. So if you don't know what a Pokemon Center does, it heals your Pokemon for free. Nurse Joy here. So we do this, and she takes our Pokemon and puts it on that machine in its Pokeball and heals it all the way up. And then we are going to make a safety save so that if something were to happen to the recording, we don't have to play through that first part again. I'm shoveling snow right now. When I'm done, it should be safe to go past, so we can't go that way. This kid says, I don't recognize you at all, so where did you come from? Huh, I've never heard of it. Oh, a new face. What brings you to Caper City? What? You fell down the hole in the mines? I need to put a ladder there. Alright, so... This says Caper City, Professor Ilk's lab. So we're going to go talk to Professor Ilk, who is this guy right here. Yes. Yes, that makes sense. I should have a book about Naljo lore somewhere. What is it? Who are you? Who am I? Why, I am Professor Ilk. I'm the region's leading Pokemon researcher. Oh, that's my Larvitar. I couldn't find it anywhere. How could you lose a Pokemon? A green Pokemon carrying its own Pokeball. Alright. Strange, Larvitar seems to be very fond of you. I'd hate to ask, but could you do me a favor? Please check on my brother. He isn't answering his phone, so I'm worried. He lives north of the city on Route 69. Bring my Larvitar with you just to be safe. Okay, whoopee. So we're going to go check on Professor Ilk's lost brother, but first we're going to go to the Pokemart. Sorry, we're stocking up on inventory. Please come back later. Oh, no, we're not going to go to the Pokemart. Never mind. I was once accused of shoplifting. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to buy. And this kid says it's way too cold outside. I'm staying indoors until things start warming up. Can't you see I'm busy here? Alright, so nothing to do here. And the shop isn't open. So we're going to go on Route 69, and we're going to go find Professor Ilk's brother who won't answer his phone. This kid. Professor Ilk lives in this town. That man is a Pokemon genius. Not only is he a revered Pokemon professor, he's also a famed historian. Okay, goody. And, man, this snow is really deep. If you walk and hold the B button, you might be able to actually run faster through it. Alright. And we get into a Pokemon encounter with a Ralts. Now, we don't have Pokeballs yet, so the Nuzlocke still hasn't started. I don't have a way to catch this, but it will not count as the first Pokemon that we encounter on Route 69 either. And it's going to Mud Slap us, which really, really, really hurts and lowers our accuracy. Okay. This is very, very bad. We can finish it, but we should probably not be getting in any more encounters in this area. You know what? Let's just run. Let's just run from that. Let's not do that anymore. Okay, so, oops. You win some, you lose some. And we lost that one. We're going to run back, get a free heal at the Pokemon Center, and then not go through the deep snow until we're a little more prepared. Thank you for waiting. Your Pokemon are fully healed. We hope to see you again. Alright. So the deep snow on Route 69, as we have already figured out, is like tall grass in a normal Pokemon game. If you run in there, you can find Pokemon. We got an antidote from our Pokeball that was laying there on the side of the road. Oh, we can't go here. Whoa there! I can't let you through, sorry. There's a holdup at the house up ahead by some young punk. I've already called someone else to send backup. Wait, Professor Ilk sent you to help? Well, I hope he knows what he's doing. Look, I have to stand here 24/7 ever since crime went up. It can be a real drag. Oh, sorry about complaining there. Anyway, I see you don't have a map, so just take one. I don't feel like filing a missing persons report today. Pokebrarian was handed a map. The house just up ahead is where the commotion is. Alright. I bet you will be able to handle it. I bet I will. Let's go to the house just up ahead. But first, let's grab this thing. Potion. Good. We might need that. Finally! The cops are here! Wait. You're just a kid. The cops sent you here? What were they thinking? Oh, Professor Ilk sent you to help? Well then, see that guy in the back there? He broke in and is trying to take my poor Bagon. Please help! Okay, so here we have our nemesis, our rival for this game. Ha 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 ha! You're mine now, unless you want to get hurt. What do you want, you little brat? You're not going to get in my way. And here's our rival with his bad haircut and dorky headband and gym pants. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Sent out Bagon. Chomper's going to take care of this. Oh, he leers, which lowers my defense. I scratch him. Oh, Rage. Okay, so that attack is going to get stronger the more damage he takes. It's not very effective against me, but it's going to start doing damage the more I hurt him. So eventually it's going to get pretty dangerous. So his Rage builds again, and he uses it one more time. See, that hurts quite a bit. Even though it's not effective. One more hit, and that should do it. And he wastes his last shot at using Rage, and I finish him off. Chomper gained 94 experience points and grew to level 6. And question mark, question mark, question mark was defeated. It seems like this Pokemon could use some training. I will make it stronger by any means necessary. And Pokebrarian got $300 for winning. Pokedollars. You're so naff. Time to exit. I got just what I needed from this old fart. Ciao. And he uses an escape rope. Whew, there he goes. And we go back and talk to Professor Ilk's brother. I saw the whole thing. Wow. You sure put up a good fight. Did he tell you his name? Yeah, so we get to name our rival now. I know. We're going to name him Francis, which is sort of an inside joke. If you are a Deadpool movie fan, Francis. That Larvitar you battled with, I think it belongs to my brother. Oh, you met him already? He asked you to check up on me. That was nice of him. Don't forget to return his Larvitar. He really loves that Pokemon. Well, if I give the Larvitar back, we don't have a game to play. So I don't think that's actually going to happen. Let's run over here. Back along the way we came. Okay, so this cave right here is a route connection to another part of the map. It's like another region, like in Pokemon Crystal. We're not going in there because it's a long, long walk to get told that you aren't supposed to go that way. So we'll pass on that for now. Whoop. And accidentally get into a wild Pokemon encounter with a Zubat. Still no Pokeballs. So we're going to scratch this guy. He's going to use Leech Life on us, which is not great, as you can see. Did almost no damage. 3 damage on a critical hit. We scratch again, and are going to basically take him out in one more hit. That'll do it. No more Zubat. Gain a little more experience. We're going to run on down back to Caper City. Back to Professor Ilk, who's going to be super happy that we saved his brother, I hope. Pokebrarian! Thank you for saving my brother! He called me and couldn't stop talking about how you used my Larvitar to defeat that crazy kid. You know what? Keep my Larvitar. There we go. In fact, you should take this handy invention. Pokebrarian got a Pokedex. This is a Pokedex. It records all the Pokemon you've seen or caught. Build a team and see if you can continue your father's legacy. So once again, we have this mention of my very important dad, who has a legacy and is off someplace else right now. Gonna heal up at the Pokemon Center. Thank you, Nurse Joy. Your Pokemon are fully healed. We hope to see you again. I was reading a comment thread on the internet today about whether or not Nurse Joy is just being mean by telling you that she hopes to see you again. Because, you know, that would mean your Pokemon are hurt. Welcome, how may I help you? First thing we want to get is some Pokeballs. We're going to start with 7 Pokeballs, just for an arbitrary number. And then we're going to get a couple potions because, you know, it's a Nuzlocke and I don't like to die. Yep. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do in this video is we are going to go and catch our first Pokemon out here in the deep snow. So let's run around. So remember, it's got to be the first Pokemon we catch on this route. That's the only one. Any other Pokemon that we run into after that we can't catch. Ooh, here's an item. Ooh, we got some repels out of that. Repels will keep Pokemon lower than the level of your starter Pokemon and away from you. You can't encounter them. Alright, what's our first Pokemon going to be? Oh no. Well, it kind of figures. Our first party member is going to be a Sentret, which I am not very excited about. Sentret are kind of bad Pokemon, but it's catch him or don't have a Pokemon, so we're going to try to catch him. And we do. Alright, we caught a Sentret. He's going to join our party. Alright, well, Sentret, the scout Pokemon, when acting as a lookout, it warns others of danger by screeching and hitting the ground with its tail. And we are going to give a nickname to Sentret. He's kind of a raccoon-looking Pokemon, so let's name him Rocket. Alright, Rocket the Sentret is now one of our Pokemon. Let's take a look at him. He knows Tackle and nothing else. And as you can see, his stats are really like nothing on on Chomper's, even though he's only 3 levels lower. Yep. No, nothing real cool. Sentret is, as I said, not a fantastic Pokemon. So we are going to save here and make an end to the video for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be putting up a lot more content on this channel in the next week or two. So if you like what you see, give the video a like. Hit that subscribe button because it really helps out the channel. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.